Final step. And because I had linseed oil on here to slow down the drying, you can tell where the high spots are and where the low spots still are. So we'll just go until we get all the evidence of linseed oil off it, and that should do it. I'm getting a little spelching and tear out coming off the edge. I'm going to put a good chamfer on. You can see I've got a small low spot right here. You know, tiny bits here and there. And if I spin you around, another tiny little spot there. It's pretty rough right now from the jointer plane, but I think that's what I want. I may go over it with a smoother. Not sure. We'll get the inspector on it. What do you think? Is that a good one? Is that good? Hey? Do you like it? You got shavings in you. Kept traversing it and made the low spot down to that little area there, and it's virtually insignificant, the difference in the height. And that's the top of the bench, all hand planed. And I don't think I'm going to put any finish on it whatsoever. I'm going to leave it exactly like that, rough planed, to give me traction, because I've already learned that with the linseed oil on the bottom of the bench, it moves a little bit easier than I'd like. I sanded some off, but being an oil, it penetrated in a bit. So yeah, we're going to leave the top raw. The bench itself is completed. So, what's next? Looks like a shelf to me. With a nice new bench, what else would you want to do with it but put a bunch of holes in it? I'm going to start in here, 3 inches in from the end, and 3/4 inch hole, and it's about 2 inches from the edge of the hole to the edge of the table. Before I do that, I've made a little jig with my holes 4 inches apart. And see how close I am there. Oh, I'm out just a 1/16 or so. We're close enough, I think. So we want it square that way, and we want it square that way. So, and I got a piece of tape on here, and that should tell me just right about when the spur is going to break through the lead screw. Seems to be a bit of wobble in here. So now we take our jig, and then you can tell I spared no expense at making this jig. A little piece of 2x4 and a piece of plywood screwed together, but it gives me a reference. And I'll get a dog in there and into the hole, and that gives me my spacing for the next hole. Ratcheting mechanism is always nice. So the next issue is to deal with the leg. And my solution is not to deal with the leg. So I'm just going to put a mark there. And center it up. And we're just going to skip the hole in the top of the leg altogether. And we have a row of holes. So, because I'm using a Wonder Dog instead of a tail vise, I'm not worried about missing that hole. Because if I put it in here and the hole is supposed to be there, I can just move it up then. But for the most part, the Wonder Dog will live right there. Ooh, it's a tight hole. It's upside down. There we go. And a dog wherever it's handy. So for my planing stop, I've got a mark 2 inches in, and I'll take my jig. If I take my planing stop, put one in there, and bring that to the edge, and take it out, turn it over, put the other side to the edge, that should be about right there. Same 2-inch center. And my mark. I don't think it's super critical. There we go. My planing stop. Works good on face. And it works on an edge crane. Well, it seems like the Wonder Dog system will work out alright too. A little high right there, so you gotta avoid it. But cleaned up that piece of cherry pretty quick. The next we need holdfast holes. I'm not sure where to put them front to back. I was told half of it, but that's getting a little bit close to the edge. I might be able to put them back a little bit farther so they don't interfere with the leg. But the first one will go approximately 1 radius away, and then the next one will go 2 radiuses away. Well, I don't have a big chamfering bit, but I've got a chamfering bit for a Dremel. I'm going to give all the holes a bit of a chamfer. It's been a long series. A year and a half since I cut this slab. But it's a functional bench now. Ready for years of use, and I'm going to beat the hell out of it. Thanks for sticking by me. Hope you enjoyed the series. Hope I passed on a few tips and made it interesting.